Pack your bags, kids, because today we're going to Costco to take a ride in the time machine.
Welcome to Costco. I love you.
So today we're checking out Safari Pedal's time machine, and we're going to find out if it slaps. Okay, so I love using guitar pedals because they're super cheap little hardware, analog, this one's digital. Because they're just fun. They're little hardware boxes that do unique things. They all pretty much have their own character, and they're usually super cheap. I also love plugins, and Safari Pedals has made some pedal plugins, which is pretty cool. Little character boxes for your mix. Safari Pedals hit me up and was like, hey, you want to try out our plugins? And I was like, gimme. So here we have Time Machine. First of all, I love this interface. It's vibey, and this gives me warm and fuzzies. It's got that like comic book ridiculousness about it with like a space monkey, space gorilla shooting a laser beam. This is just straight vibes. But how does it sound? Does it slap? Let's take a listen to this on drums just to start. So I've got this little lo-fi hip-hop track. Do you hear that? I can hear Kennedy being assassinated and the U.S. government faking the moon landing. Anyway, so this is pretty cool. It's got different filters here, as well as sort of this drive circuit and a compressor. Let's listen to some of these different eras, see what the 50s sound like. Oh, that's definitely vibey. Okay, so the drive circuit is definitely not super aggressive. It just adds more color, but it's definitely not getting super spicy, even if I turn it all the way up. I mean, don't get me wrong, that's definitely fried, but it's not going crazy, which is kind of cool. You can kind of push it into it pretty heavily without getting crazy distortion. Let's hear what the other eras sound like. Ooh, 70s is silky. I like that. Ooh. Let's leave this on 80s. That was a tractor. All right, let's see what it does on an 808. So it's definitely cutting a lot of the low end on the 50s. I probably wouldn't use that on bass. Let's hear what it sounds like in the 80s. Yeah, this is better. That's cool. You can be pretty subtle with this, which is nice. It's not over the top. Okay, that's a little over the top. I've got this saucy little, I don't know, vibe, song starter, choppity chip chop thing I've got going on. Yeah, Very subtle for sure, but I like subtle things. You stack up a bunch of subtle things and it makes a big difference. Oh yeah, the 50s and 60s settings are pretty, those are pretty fun. Okay, so here's this mix without Time Machine. And here's the whole mix with. That's some vibe. So good so far. The interface looks sweet. It's pretty subtle in most of the settings. If you can get quite a bit of character out of it, but it's not too much for sure. The bad, I would like it if you could be a little bit more extreme with the drive. And then there's this. Hear that? That's noise. Okay, so you will notice the little noise knob down here at the bottom. When you load this plugin in its default state, the noise is on. I don't know why everybody does this. It should be off and then turn it on if I want noise. Because otherwise you end up chasing noise. That said, check this out. There are different noise profiles for each of the different eras, which is sweet. 50s is clearly like a vinyl emulation, but a quite good one, I think. 60s is sort of a dark noise. You can hear some hum in there. 70s, that sounds like tape hiss. And 80s sounds pretty much the same as 70s with a little less low end in there. I mean, I could see using this just for these noise profiles. So the noise profiles in the plugin are chef's kiss, but you're probably going to want to turn it off most of the time. I only put noise in if I really want noise, because there's already noise coming from other stuff if you're recording, so the less noise, usually the better. I'm gonna try this out on some piano. Let's see what this does on piano. So this piano sample that I'm using is already pretty vintagey vibey, but what if we just stack that up to 11? Oh man, that 60s setting is just money. I am going to use this a lot in lo-fi hip-hop and other stuff too. This would probably work on guitar. This song doesn't have any guitar on it. Let's record some guitar really quick. This is supposed to be a guitar pedal after all. I didn't even record it. Definitely starts to get more guitar pedally when it's on guitar. Let's try it on a live bass. Subscribe! Try that. It definitely adds a ton of vibe to bass. I actually freaking love this on bass. freaking slaps on bass. It's okay on other stuff, but on bass, this definitely slaps. So, Safari Pedals Time Machine. Does it slap? I give it slaps. I need a nonsensical rating system. On a scale from 0 to slap, I give it a pretty good. It's definitely not something I would put on every track, although in a like lo-fi hip-hop thing, it might actually work really well on every track. But in like a pop mix, I might use it on bass. I definitely would use it on bass. Vibe's my thing, and this does vibe very good. 8 slaps. Please subscribe. If you want to get your meaty mitts on a copy of this plugin, head over to safaripedals.com. Use the code RAVEBARN20 for 20% off of your order for maximum savings. And as always, if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing. Drop a comment. Let me know what you think of it. Let me know what plugins you want me to try out next, and I'll see you in the next one.